He was not allowed to live there, and God was laying it on my heart. Tell them to beware of an increase of self-harm and suicide on the rise from vulnerable teens. He also said that there would be the great potential for catfishing and abuse of young people, as predators will offer them things that they need, like money, like phones, like, oh, come and stay with me, come and stay with us. He said that predators will offer them what they need in exchange for them doing personal favors and making sexual advances on young people. So, for instance, a young woman in the same situation, being forced out of the house, and a man says, oh, I can take care of you. And, oh, no, I don't want anything from you. But then when the girl is in his apartment, then he starts making comments of, oh, you look pretty grown, but she's just 15 years old, that kind of thing. People, you have to be aware that these children, they're eating GMO food. They look bigger than they are. They're big on the outside. They're 6'3", but on the inside, they're still children. They are young people, and young people, in your own defense, you need to stop acting like you're 35 years old and you've been paying taxes for 10 years or so. You really need to stop it. You need to allow yourself the space to grow and mature. It is okay to live your life in the stage that you are. If you are 14, act 14, dress 14, speak 14. Stop playing into the culture that sexualizes you at an early age, or that puts immense pressure on you as a young man to say, oh no, I've already slept with 5 people. How many of you slept with? In order to prove that you're a man. You are doing yourself great disservice. You are destroying your potential to grow in a way that God will actually take an interest in you and want to draw you near, like so many young people in the Bible. David was young. Jonathan was young. The armor bearer was young. Gideon was young. Joshua was young. These were young people that God took an interest in, and he drew them close, and he made something of their life. But if you are only interested in prostituting yourself and making sure that you have an OnlyFans because you want bags, and you don't have at 16, at even 19 or even 21, you don't have the available skill set to be able to make the kind of money to be buying $900 dresses and shoes. And what's that thing that everybody wants? PlayStation 5. You don't have the money to be able to afford that. And so what you're bringing to the table is the priceless things that God has given you. Most of you, it's your body. Most of you, it's your body that you are exchanging. That PlayStation 5, it could fall and break tomorrow. But you've slept with an old man, male and female, to be able to get the $600 or whatever it costs for that. You're making expensive exchanges with precious things, and you will end up regretful for it. This is the time, as a young person, when you hear that homes are coming under attack, this is the time to begin to lift up a banner of prayer. Do not think that your prayers will go ignored by God. This is the time to stop involving yourself in grown folks' business, grown folks' activities. Take yourself into your room, get a prayer journal, and start writing down your prayers. You don't have to write down every word of the prayer. Pray the prayer and then say, today, January the 10th, I prayed this and I asked God for this and this and this to keep us in this house. Prayer upholds a home. If your mother is stressed, if your father is fighting for cash, your prayer in the home is helpful. It's needed. And sometimes, young person, it's the fact that your prayers are missing that feeds into the weakening of your house for Satan to come like the big bad wolf and blow the entire house down. So Yah was showing me that people are going to start neglecting and abandoning their children. They're going to start dumping off their children with their moms and their dads. And I saw grandparents, for the most part, having a good enough heart when their daughter goes off or their son-in-law goes off, leaving their daughter, to take in young people, to take in their own grandchildren and start to do double duty, raising these children. This might be the first introduction to Bible life that some young people get when they end up at their grandparents' house. And I can tell you that even if grandma's rules are strict, and even if grandpa says no being out until 4 a.m, that thing will save you, because at 4 a.m, bullets are going to start flying everywhere and bouncing off and causing a lot of rest in peace. Remember, this is the time where God says, freak accident, mass death is coming. A lot of piling up in the car, and it will smash because everybody's listening to Tyler, the Creator. Everybody's drunk and high, and nobody sees that truck up ahead to brake fast enough.